Yeah, so this video, I'm going to be talking about The Flash Season 9, what I think should be in Season 9, the final season, to make an amazing final send-off. Not really amazing season, but an amazing final season would be nice to get. I'm going to be talking about all that in this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below, subscribe for new, turn notifications on, let's go into the video. So, I have done like 18 videos, maybe a little bit less, over Season 9 over the last like month and a half, talking about who I would like to see come back. But I haven't really talked about what I think should be done in Season 9, like the setup of it and the stories that we should be getting. Not really that much. So I'm going to talk about that now. We have like 3 to 4 unsolved stories on The Flash that need to be wrapped up, which is Oliver coming back, Blood at Work, Killer Frost, or this whoever the hell this is, and the new Negative Speed Force Avatar. That is 4 stories right there that need to be wrapped up ASAP and not dragged out throughout the season. We also have some Arrowverse stories that need to be wrapped up because this is the last show on Earth Prime as of right now. I'm pretty sure that's going to stay though. So this is it. We have to wrap up all these loose ends. And with Legends, I don't know if they can really do that. But with Batwoman, they can bring Javicia back, you know, and have like a line or two saying how she stopped whatever big bad was season at the end of that season and how that went. Now, the way they could do that is doing another Armageddon type event where it's like 3 to 4 episodes, maybe 5 is way too much. I think 4 would be good. Now, I know a lot of people would like a, 13 total, like, episode story to wrap up the show. I don't think that'll work, and here's why. Because this will be a repeat of Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, through 5, where we are dealing with a big bad for like 4 episodes, and then there's a 2-episode break, and then we come back right about the story. That's not what the show is anymore. And that's because of Eric Wallace. And in a ton of ways, he has made this show better. We're not getting a villain dragged out, unless it's like by 1 episode like Deathstorm was. But even then, it wasn't like too annoying. Like, we understood why he was. Because we need to figure out how to stop him. They couldn't do that. But also the thing was, that story arc took place on the show in a span of 4 to 5 days max. Like, you would hear it every single beginning episode, like 24 hours ago or 12 hours ago, like, this happened. That was good to do, so it's not being dragged out for 5 weeks, because that makes no sense. But a couple of days, that story arc was, in the showtime, that made sense. Now, if we're gonna do an Armageddon type event, having 9 to 10 episodes to do like the Cobalt Blue story to wrap up our storylines, I think that would work. What the event would do, the 3 to 4 parter event would do, would allow us to bring back Oliver, to wrap up the Bloodwork storyline, to wrap up the Frost storyline, to wrap up Oliver and the Batwoman storyline. Legends, that's not going to happen. I would be very, honestly, like, legitimately surprised if that happened. If they brought Sarah back to save the Legends. The thing is that we're going to have an episode this season. Like, we don't want to admit that, but we're going to. No matter what happens. Whether the first episode is featuring Cobalt Blue and he's the big bad in the entire season. And then, like, we deal with episodes where Bloodwork's back, Oliver comes back, all this crap. There will be episodes. So we can't just have one big story. It can't work that way without it working well. Superman and Lois proved that blatantly clear in Season 2. Stargirl does an amazing job at it because they've done that for 2 years now, coming up on 3. So they know what they're doing. I'm not saying the Flash doesn't know what they're doing, Eric Wallace doesn't. I believe he does. But the thing is that we can't have Cobalt Blue being dragged out. He is a villain that can be stopped in 8 to 10 episodes. Not freaking 13. I think 13 is way too much. And again, we would have episodes cutting in the middle of this story. We can't have that with Cobalt Blue. I don't see how that can work. So we need something in the beginning of the season, put in like 2 to 3 interlude episodes, wrap up, if you didn't already, the Frost storyline, the Butterwork one if you didn't, and then wrap up most, not all, because you can wrap some of the other storylines up during the main story with Cobalt Blue, assuming that is a villain, but wrap up some of the Team Flash storylines that you want to get done in these interlude episodes. Focus on Barry and Iris, leading to Iris' pregnancy, which should be happening this season, because otherwise it'd be weird, Like, have that happen in interlude episodes, and then when we get to Cobalt Blue, which is a speedster villain, have Barry actually being the Flash. Don't have him relying on Iris and Team Flash 24/7. One of the best episodes, or 4 of the best episodes, the entire show happened with when Iris wasn't there. It was like 8:15 through 8:19, and then she came back. I mean, those are great episodes when she came back, but before they were like, why is Iris even here? There's no point. It's wasted time. It was wasted screen time too, good lord. But one of the best episodes in the entire season 8 were the episodes where Iris wasn't in it, because we weren't focusing on Barry and Iris' dumb relationship. We were focusing on Barry being the Flash. That's what we've needed since season 1, but the showrunners didn't know how to do it. Eric Wallace pulled that crap off. And yes, the Iris Stains were pissed off as hell, but you know what? It was hilarious. It was hilarious to see the Iris Stains just being like obnoxious little turds when their favorite character wasn't on the show for 4 weeks. It still worked. The show kept on going. There wasn't anything they could do to change that. And what's even more ironic is that the entire reason why she was gone was because of Candace herself, but also because the story called for it, because she missed in season 7, which caused the time to this happen a lot sooner, and it led to this whole horrible train arc. Right? So I'm not saying it's all Candace's fault, but the matter of the fact is that Candace, you can tell, does not give a crap. She doesn't. Whether you want to argue that or not, she doesn't. You could tell that back in season 3. Okay? If you really look, you can tell she doesn't give a crap that much. It's just been dying out ever since. It's a flame that's like slowly going away. But look, I respect Candace as a person, as an actress, but if she really wants to give the fans more Iris, she needs to care more. I get it with COVID, it was hard, I get that, I think we all do, but to say that you actually care about this show and Iris when you didn't say a single word when season 9 was confirmed to be the last season, and it's been a good week or two now, over that actually, I don't remember when, but it's been a good while now, and she hasn't said a single thing. So, it's like, no, let's just not focus on Iris. We need this season to be focused on Barry. It's why the show is called The Flash. Barry Allen is the freaking Flash, right? It's going to be a speedster villain, like I said, more likely Cobalt Blue. We need it to be Barry-centric. We can't have this being Team Flash, telling Barry what to do. This is a new era of the show, and it sucks. We only got 2 years of this. But season 8 brought a new show onto The Flash. It brought a new era where we're not looking with Team Flash telling Barry what to do every 5 seconds. Where Iris isn't saying we are The Flash every 10 minutes. Like in season 4. Good lord. We're dealing with Barry knowing what he's doing, being confident in himself, trusting his power, and thinking, because he's a CSI, and he should be able to do all this stuff on the go, and we're finally getting that. Season 8, as I said several times, is my favorite season of the entire freaking show, because it was Barry-centric. The main thing on this season, the main focus, minus the big bads, was Barry. We've never gotten that. The show is called The Flash. Eric Wallace proved that in season 8. Season 7 through season 1, no matter how good they were, with season 1, 2, and kind of 3, and parts of 4, no matter how good those OG seasons were, they never actually follow Barry being the Flash more than 70% of the time. It was always Team Flash on Barry what to do. It took him like a whole season to learn how to throw lightning. It took him a whole nother season to jump a bridge. It was all dragged out. Can you imagine if in season 6, when Eric Wallace came on and COVID didn't interrupt anything, where we would be at with the show right now? It'd be on like a whole nother level. It really would. But because COVID came in and screwed everything up, here we are, right? But with season 9, we can keep this new era going, but add a twist to it. Make Barry doing more things that will make our jaws drop, like him running on lightning or him, doing whatever. Bring all that back, but do more. Do that super full, powerful Super Saiyan move that he does with this lightning. God, that was so cool. We got like 5 times season 8. We need that more in season 9. Have Barry being in the field, trusting himself, being confident, not needing to rely on Iris. And because of pain in the butt, tell her to shut up. There's no point in Iris being on Team Flash when she's focused on Team Citizen. And speaking of that, don't cut every 5 minutes to a freaking Team Citizen scene. We don't need it. What we need is Barry being the Flash. That is the #1 priority that should be on this season for the writers Eric Wallace and Grant going into this season, which I think we'll start filming in September. That is what we need. We need Barry to be the Flash. We don't need Team Flash. We don't need Iris every single freaking episode this entire season. It wouldn't be nice. It'd be annoying unless they do it well, which I really don't think they would. We need Barry to be the Flash, period. We need him to be the same Barry that we got in season 8, with really overpowered but really cool at the same time, really well written, and really well done scenes. We can't have condescending BS just happening every 5 minutes. Again, with Team Flash, like Cecile, God, why are we doing Cecile? Just end her story, middle of season. If Joe is still leaving with Jesse L. Martin, supposed to be leaving in the middle of the season, with it being the final season, who knows? But if he is, there will be 0 point for Cecile to be in this season. Have Cecile and Joe leave together with Jenna, leave Central City, there you go. I don't care. Do it. I love Joe. I do. I would hate to see him go. But if Joe is leaving, take Cecile with you. We're done with that character. No one wants her on this show. I think we can all agree that after season 8. We are done with this character. With Allegra, I think season 8, we got a little bit more redemption. I don't think a lot of people really cared for it, though. I did. I loved that Allegra episode we got, A17. It was really good. Chester got a massive improvement in season 8. We need to keep those 2 things going in season 9. But we can't have an entire episode about Allegra leveling up. We have an entire episode about Chester, quote-unquote, leveling up with his emotional background crap. Screw the level up crap. We can't have 80% of the episodes being about Team Flash. It needs to be about Barry being the Flash or working a case, doing his job like we got season 8. We need that. Please. We need it in season 9. This season will not be anyone's favorite. I would be genuinely surprised if it was. However, it could be in the top 4 favorite seasons for everyone across season 1, 2, 8, and, because I'm seeing a lot of majority of the Flash community. So, season 8 is my 3rd favorite season, my 2nd favorite, or again, like me, my favorite season of the entire show, which is season 8. And in season 1 and 2 are either 1st place, 2nd place, or, 3rd, depending on where you put season 8. But season 9 could easily be in the top 4 for everyone. Or maybe even top 2 for some, maybe me, I don't know. But, they're doing it differently than what Arrow did in season 8. Now, don't get me wrong, the final season of Arrow was great, but the thing was that we had 10 different storylines going on at once. That was the problem. I don't think Flash will necessarily get to that point, because they'll probably drag some stuff out to make it work to where we're not getting that, hopefully. But we can't have the kind of same BS we got in past seasons with Iris. We can't have Team Flash being a main focus 24/7. It's called The Flash. We need Barry to be The Flash. They proved that it can be done in season 8. and we need to continue season 9. Now, again, I already said this, but if any of what I said came off as me hating on the actors like Candace, I'm not. I respect Candace. I don't care for Iris at all anymore. Her character's just gone down the toilet. Whether or not it's because of Candace's acting or because of the inevitable conclusion of the writing for Candace, I don't know. But I really, truly do not want to see anything else. Just like, no, it needs to be Barry-centric. That's what it needs to be. Period. This season needs to be Barry-centric for it to be good, for it to be a good send-off. I think we can all agree on that besides the Iris stands, which, why are you still here? And that is what needs to happen for the show. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching the video. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.